display the
Yeah. Om. Welcome children. Namaste to all. Today's special is Guru Purnima special. So we will be doing all about Guru Shishya subject. Okay. So let us start with a new bhajan about Guru. That Vedant. Can you repeat? Vedant is present,
no.
or Vaishnavi sisters, they can present. No, they have joined first. No, Vaishnavi sisters, you can repeat after me.
Yes, Amma.
Okay. Om Sada Shiva Samarambam
सदाशिवसमारम्भाम्
Shankaracharya Madhyamam
शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम्
Asmadacharya Paryantam
अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम्
Vande Guru Paramparam.
वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्.
This is, we are saluting the first Guru, that is Shiva, Sada Shiva or Dakshinamurti also we can say. From that Guru lineage is starting from Sada Shiva, and in between Shankaracharya we all know, and after that today's whosoever is our Guru, up to that lineage we are saluting the whole lineage of Gurus. That is the meaning of this sloka. So here onwards, every week we will be chanting this sloka before starting the session. Now we will do the Guru Stotram. First, actually, 1 and 2 is for Vedant. Is he present? Vedant?
He has not joined till now.
He has not joined. Then Vaishnavi sisters, you can do 1, 2, and 3 and 4. All the 4 you can do?
Yes, Amma.
Then you start from Akanda Mandalakara. Okay?
अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. स्थावरं जङ्गमं व्याप्तं यत्किञ्चित् सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः.
Thank you. You chanted very well. Next 5 and 6, Sai Nishant.
Hare Mama.
You can start. 5th one.
Chinmayam vyapitat sarva त्रैलोक्यं सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. सर्वश्रुतिशिरोरत्न विराजितपदाम्बुजः वेदान्तभुजसूर्यो यः तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः.
Very good. Next, Vishruta, 7 and 8.
चैतन्य शाश्वतः शान्तः व्योमातीतो निरञ्जनः बिन्दुनादकलातीतः तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. ज्ञानशक्तिसमारूढः तत्त्वमाला विभूषितः भुक्तिमुक्तिप्रदाता च तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः.
Virat.
अनेक जन्म संप्रात कर्म बंध विदाहिने आत्मज्ञान प्रदेनीन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. शोषणं भाव सिन्धोश्च ज्ञानप्नं सर्वसंपदा गुरुपादोकं सम्यक् तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः.
Virat, some mistake is there. Once more you can chant. Aneka janma samprapta
अनेक जन्म संप्राप्त
karma bandha vidahine
कर्म बंध विदाहिने
atmajnana pradanena
आत्मज्ञान प्रदानेन
tasmai shri gurave namaha.
तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः.
शोषणं भव सिन्धोश्च
शोषणं भवसिन्धोश्च
ज्ञापनं सारसम्पदः
ज्ञापनं सारसम्पदः
गुरोः पादोदकं सम्यक्
गुरोपादोत्कतं सम्यक्
तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः.
तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः.
You practice correctly. You have to chant the stotra without mistake. Okay.
Okay.
Next, Vaishnavi. Ji Vaishnavi.
Yes, sir. न गुरोरधिकं तत्त्वं न गुरोरधिकं तपः तत्त्वज्ञानात् परं नास्ति तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. मन्नाथः श्रीजगन्नाथः मद्गुरुः श्रीजगद्गुरुः मदात्मा सर्वभूतात्मा तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः.
Very good, Vaishnavi. Next, Hasini.
Yes, Amma. गुरुरादिरनादिश्च गुरुपरमादैवतं गुरोपारतरं नास्ति तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव.
Thank you, Hasini. This Guru Stotram is very important. You have to chant correctly without making mistake. All of you must learn. Okay. Thank you. Now over to Sudha ma'am.
So on to all children. Now, first of all, we are going to see about Gurus of Dattatreya. Have you all heard about Dattatreya? Anyone? Have you heard the name? No one? So he is actually considered as an avatar of Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva. Do you see that picture? Dattatreya. So when he is a saint and when he was a young boy, he used to roam about in the forest happily. So King Yadu, once he saw Dattatreya, and when he saw his face was so bright, blooming with happiness, the king asked Dattatreya, "How come you are so happy? Is there any reason?" Then Dattatreya told him, "I keep learning from whatever I see around. For everywhere you can learn some good thing. See, when you see good things, you have to learn that and avoid bad things. Like that, I keep on learning from nature around. So I have got 24 gurus." So he started telling about 24 gurus and what he learns from each guru. For some, you learn what to do, and from some other, you learn what not to do. So we are just taking out 4 or 5 of these 24 gurus of Dattatreya, and we are going to discuss them. Actually, you can come up with the answers, what you learn from them. So first we will take out earth. Earth. This, what do you learn from earth? Can you say? Anything? V Vaishnavi.
Amma, we can learn that we should be very patient.
Yes, patience. That is the most important thing. Can you explain it further how earth is patient?
Yes.
Why do you say earth is patient? Anybody? Virat?
Ma'am, Earth is patient because it lives on for years and years and years. And obviously it will have a point where it itself will not be able to sustain because of the burning out of sun due to lack of hydrogen for fission to happen. but is still very patient and does not ever give up or continues to.
G Vaishnavi, do you have any other point for why Earth is
Yes, Amma, because we have been living on Earth for years and years now, and most of the time we harm it and destroy it without ourselves recognizing it. But Earth is always patient and never reacts. So maybe we should learn patience from Earth.
How are we harming the earth? How people are harming the earth? Can anybody tell?
Pollution and
Snigdha?
Um,
How?
like,
you wanted
like,
something Snigdha?
like we are throwing the plastic waste, and we are like what we eat something when there is a leftover, we are throwing somewhere or throwing the plastic.
Very good.
Any other way we are harming the earth?
Hasini?
And even
Ma'am,
in
can I?
Yamuna River, somebody dumped that whole chemical.
Hasini?
Yes. Good.
Because these days pollution is happening very much, and people are, they are just leaving all the pollution into our elements such as wind, like water and all, and by that even some layer on top of the earth is getting, like it's getting from thick, it's becoming thin now, and it was protecting us from the UV rays, but then if we, like if we do more, and it'll go.
So
It'll
Ma'am,
pollution
increase.
is
can I
one of
answer?
Virat?
Ma'am, obviously to start with, there's pollution happening on a very wide scale. Nowadays, fertigation, the process of like excessive fertilizers that get dissolved in rainwater are now reaching more lakes. So due to the fact that there's more fertigation or like more excessive fertilizer use that is polluting the lakes, not only that, scientists have proven that mercury levels on parts per million have been increasing day by day, even if it's by a small percentage of 0.1% or 0.01%, which just
So,
shows how drastic the humans are taking a toll on Earth's.
so pollution is very, it's one of
Other,
the important points. But to simply put, there's a huge population on Earth, right? We are all stepping on it daily. To simply put it, we are digging the earth for
for
constructing
tall,
homes,
tall buildings we are constructing nowadays.
right?
Olden days it was not like that. One story only. Now you all can see 50-storied, 100-storied buildings. So that is really harming the earth. That is why
Okay.
sometimes it loses the balance and the earthquake
Irre-
also comes.
Irrespective of all the bad things that we do to it, it's still patient. It is still providing to us, provided to us. It nurtures and allows the entire global population to grow on it. That's why we call it a very is patient. Any other quality of earth you want to quickly tell? Otherwise, we will go to the next item.
Can I say Sanisha?
Yes, I.
Amma, whenever we do all of this, Earth still tolerates it by not even though Earth tolerates even though we are drilling the Earth, taking extracting many things and also building high grounds. It still tolerates it and it still tolerates the pain and never does anything else.
Yes,
The
so
farmer.
that's yeah, tolerant, patient, right? Tolerance is another quality. Patience. Any other quality you want to say? Otherwise, we can move.
Ma'am,
Ma'am, there's a very
ma'am,
important quality of Earth. It
It's
is the art of forgiveness. It forgives us humans even though we've done so much
yeah.
bad for it.
So art of
ma'am,
forgiveness. Yes, Snigdha. In which quality you want to say?
ma'am, actually, you talked about like constructions of buildings. So when I was like 7 or 6 years, I went to mangrove forest. So I saw an insect flying. So I was so scared that that is an insect. Then then my grandfather told me that actually we came to their house first of all. So why you need to be scared? So when I was sitting on the sofa, we came into our house. So I was thinking, let me tell to my grandfather that this insect is coming to our house. I thought in 1 minute, like before that is animals' house first of all. Then we came and destroyed their land and make them into buildings. We constructed into buildings. So I didn't told to my grandfather also. That it came to our
Very
head.
good. So you understood the principle. Very beautiful. Okay.
Now let us move on to another. Python. You all know what is a python? Have you
Yes,
heard of python? What is python?
it's a very long and venomous, deadliest snake.
Big snake. Maybe longest snake, I think. Is it so?
No, there's a snake called anaconda that is longer.
Okay. It is also a very big snake. The quality of python, you know.
We can learn from.
Anyone knows
Earth is very common. So python, right? It's a snake. It's a venomous snake. What can we learn from it? Can you think over? What is its quality? How does it survive? What can we learn from a python? Can you think of it?
Okay. good.
Okay, so python, what does it do? It when it eats, right? It eats whatever it finds. It kills and it eats it. But the quality is it doesn't kill and eat. So it eats, kills and eats once its stomach is full, and it goes on. It can sustain for a long period of time like that. And till the time it is hungry, the next time it doesn't attack or kill any other creature. So that is one. That is how it survives. So now tell me, what can be the learning from this?
Ma'am,
Can I answer?
this is snake.
We'll
Unless
wait.
it is hungry, it will not eat any other animal.
Amma, this is snake.
Anybody else was not answered?
Ma'am, can I Virat?
Hania.
Amma, like whatever you have, you just be happy with that.
Be content with what you have. Okay. Vaishnavi sisters.
Amma, we can learn from the snake that it only eats when it needs it, not when it wants it.
Come again.
Ma'am, the snake only eats when it needs to eat, not when it wants to eat.
Yeah. Once its necessity is met, it does not. Do you remember last week Sudha ma'am taught one thing, right? Everything to be done in limits, moderation. And once you have, if your necessity is met, you should not be greedy for more.
You have
Okay.
just eaten your lunch. Somebody orders a pizza. Sometimes even if you are not hungry, you go on eating a pizza, chocolate, ice cream. Go on eating. Like that, you should not do.
So contentment and not be greedy is what we learn from python. Okay. Ocean. What
Ma'am,
can we
can I-
learn from ocean?
Ma'am, can I?
Anybody else?
Yes, Virat, we'll give you a chance. Just in case if somebody
Amma
else-
Hasini.
Yes, Hasini.
Amma, from the ocean, we can learn that though we are tired, we should not give up. And like how the ocean flows, though it flows every single minute, it still flows till it's stopped. So from that, we can learn that though we are tired, we should not give up. At least we should put a little bit effort on it.
Okay.
Any
And
other
any
pointer?
other point? Okay,
Can I
Virat.
say Vedant?
Okay, Vedant and then Virat. Vedant.
So what I learned from the ocean is that you should not care about what you don't need. Like until it affects you, you don't need to care.
Can you put it like we should keep doing what we are doing, our duty? Do you want to say it?
Yeah. So like, many matters happen around us. Like there are many news, but if it affects us only, we should care. If others are there, just leave it.
Very
That's
good.
what I wanted.
And for ocean, you all know many rivers flow into the ocean. You all know that. All rivers finally they merge with the ocean. They keep coming. But the ocean doesn't get affected by that. Whatever happens. That is
And that's a discipline, right? It's a discipline with which it flows. There are high tides, low tides, it comes to the shore and goes back. So it follows the discipline irrespective of the number of rivers and amount of water it assimilates, right? It has its discipline. It doesn't do that, and it keeps doing what it is doing. Anything different that you want to say, Virat and Hanshit, than
Yes.
this? Yes, Virat.
Ma'am, to start with, the ocean shows consistency. Mainly the fact that the rocks, if you observe, maybe after 10 years, they'll become smaller due to a process of weathering. And one more thing is, it shows resilience. It adapts, it changes, and it transforms to different states of matter.
Beautiful. That's a new perspective.
Scientific facts is giving. Very good.
Very good.
Shall we go to next one?
Yes.
Fish.
Next is fish.
Mainly the fish, the bait of the fish. You know what is a bait? Have you heard of a bait?
Something that is something that is used to lure something else.
Yeah, so from fish, what can you learn? So I want you to identify the characteristic of fish, and then we can say how it is done. Vishruta, you want to say from fish? What can we learn from fish?
No, we said a fish always. It even we can learn that fish needs water to survive. But when the fisher that captures a fish, the water always flows away from the net. But still, the fish, if we take it in that perspective,
Okay, okay, that's a different perspective. Yes, Hanshit, you want to say?
Ma'am, we can learn patience from whenever fisherman catches, it doesn't try to escape. It knows that if it acts like dead, or some fishes will be like that only, ma'am.
Okay, I don't know if that is a very positive.
Ma'am,
It's
can I
stable.
answer?
Yeah. Yes, Virat.
Ma'am, fishes sometimes show the need for unity because when they sometimes travel in like groups of fishes. So
Group of fishes. Okay.
Actually,
So I mentioned this bait. What is a bait?
What should we avoid doing by seeing a
we
fish?
should not get lured by distractions, and we should focus on a path through
Yeah.
spiritual wisdom as
It
well
should
as
going on
material
flowing,
success.
and just because of its its the desire for that bait, right? It goes behind the bait. The fisherman puts the bait on the hook and then tries to fish, just because it is otherwise it is disciplined, is happy in the water, but just because it is not able to overcome its desire of that, it's getting attracted to that bait, it goes and bites it, and what happens, the hook catches it and it gets caught.
The bait can be anything which attracts the fish. Different kinds of baits are there. Something which attracts the fish gets attracted and it is caught in the net. Like that, you see so many things attracting to you, especially the ads. Don't you see? Different kind of ads. Buy this, buy that. Keeps on attracting you. You should not go after that. Then you will be caught in that web. Unnecessarily, you will make your parents spend for you. That is why be very careful with all these attractions around you. That is the lesson of fishes too.
One more we will do. Spiders. What do spiders do? Yes,
Virat.
sorry, what's your name? Chinmayi Desika. Yes.
Ma'am, Chinmay.
Yes,
Ma'am,
Chinmayi.
can I Virat?
Chinmayi first.
Mama, we can learn that we should never give up from a spider. Whenever it creates a web and it fails, it never stops and keeps on trying it.
Okay, that is something which you can learn from spider, but the spider again, like similar to fish, I want you to think in an angle, like, from what it does, what not to do from spider. Anya.
Spider build this web and web, but we see the spider web and we will just take it off. But it do not give up and it builds and builds. Mom.
Yes, that is something, that's a hard work that it does. That's something good that we learn from spider. Something which will we see it in spider and say, oh, we should not do this. Something that we should learn. Something that spider does from which you should learn that we should not do this. Okay, what does the spider do? Similarly, how you said it makes those webs, right? So what happens? Because why does it make those webs? To protect itself as a protective mechanism. It is spinning all those webs. But when a bigger spider chases it, okay, what happens? The spider runs fast into the web, okay, and it gets entangled in the web that it created. Okay. So from this, what we want to say is, the problems that we face, that we get into, right, or nothing but we are created by our own actions, right? With so many actions that we do, we think too much and then think this is the protection for us, and we do a lot of actions, and in the end we tend to become our problems, and we get entangled into it. Okay, that's how we should be smart. Yeah. Yes, anybody wants to tell anything? Okay, so these are the yeah.
Today we'll stop.
We'll
but
stop
then
with
we'll have,
these five address, but not only these five. So everything that you look around, right? When you go to school, when you go outside at home, you just try to think what we can learn or not learn from things. Okay, so that's how we can always improve. There's always be something that you can learn or not learn. I
Guru
know.
need not be your teachers only. From nature, all around, from every aspect of life, you can learn what to do and what not to do. Okay.
Now we will have
Presentations.
presentation by Virat. Okay.
Just
After
one
that,
thing, Soumya, just
I-
1 minute. I just want to talk to Vedant. Why he was absent, he has to chant the first 1 and 2 slokas. Vedant, I want to talk to you.
Yes, Amma.
What happened? Why you are late?
I had a small technical problem.
See, you are all senior students. You must be in time to join. I gave you 1 and 2 slokas. You have to be present in the right time. Last week also I called you. You are not available. You joined late. So take it a point to join in time. Seniors should join in time. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Now Virat is going to present a talk because it's a Guru Purnima. He is going to talk. Why do we need a Guru? Okay, Virat, go on.
Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. Today I'm going to be answering a very vital question. Why do we need a guru in our life? Let's start with a basic point. A guru does not simply translate to teacher. There are a gu, which is like refers to darkness, and ru is the one who absolutely dispels or removes that from us. So basically, in other words, they are removing the asura qualities and getting devi qualities into us. There are three kinds of teachers or gurus or three teachers. First is Upadhyaya, Acharya, and Guru. Upadhyaya is the one who teaches us any branch as a means of livelihood. Like, for example, the teachers in our school. Acharya is the one who performs Upajnana and initiates him into Gayatri Mantra. And last, but definitely the most important, is Guru. Guru is the one who imparts Brahmajnana, knowledge of Brahman, which ultimately leads to moksha or liberation. To start with, our parents are our first gurus. And then we might have the teachers in school and then our Samskriti class teachers. And most importantly, Swami Amma. In Hindu culture, Guru is not simply any teacher who imparts some mundane knowledge. Instead, Guru is the one who imparts Adhyatmika Vidya, the spiritual wisdom, and facilitates a person to attain Brahmajnana and hence become free from ignorance. In as few of our parents who attend the older classes, they are learning Brahmajnana from Swamini Amma, while we are learning a lot of Subhashitams, Shlokas, Bhajans, etc., which all transform us from Tamasic to Sattvic. Dhanyavada. Matrudevo Bha, Pitrudevo Bha, Acharya Devo Bha, which equates mother, father, and teacher with God. Thank you.
Very well said, Virat. You explained very well Acharya, Upadhyaya, the meaning of spiritual guru, one who gives us Brahmajnanam, everything very well. Well done. Now,
1 minute, Sudha.
Yeah.
Just one. Virat, can you repeat the last mantras? Matradevo?
Matrudevo Bha.
It's not Baha, it is Bhava.
Oh, okay.
V for Virat at the end, okay?
Okay.
Sir, tell now with the change thing, repeat it again.
Matra Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava.
Good, very good. Thank you.
Now, G. Vaishnavi is going to present a story on Kabir. G. Vaishnavi, Guru.
Yes, Amma. Amma, can I share? I can't share the screen.
Okay. Let me share screen permission has to be given.
1 minute. Let me try to.
I think I've done. Now try, Vishnu.
Yes, Amma, I got it. Amma, is the screen visible?
Yes, Vaishnavi.
Kabir and the power of one truth. Many years ago, in the sacred city of Kashi, lived Sant Kabir Das, a humble weaver and a great spiritual teacher. His words were simple yet powerful. People from all walks of life, rich and poor, learned and illiterate, came to listen to him. One day, a young man named Raghav came to Kabir. He was tired of hollow rituals and empty knowledge. He bowed and said, Guruji, I have read scriptures and heard many lectures, but I still feel lost. Will you accept me as your disciple? Kabir looked at him, smiled, and replied, Yes, Raghav, but on one condition. From this day forward, you should never lie, no matter how big or small in any situation. Raghav agreed eagerly. He felt this was easy compared to the long lists of rules given by the other teachers. Raghav began living in the ashram, weaving cloth day by day and listening to Kabir's dohas in the evening. He lived simply, cooking with others, cleaned, and followed his guru with respect. Kabir never forced him to memorize scriptures, only reminded him of one thing. Truth, Raghav, always speak the truth, not with just your mouth, but with your heart and actions. Kabir followed this sincerely, but for a while. One day, Raghav overheard two travelers whispering about a hidden treasure buried in a cave in the forest. It was gold and jewels left behind by a fleeing merchant. Raghav's heart beat faster. He thought, if I get this treasure, I can build a big ashram for my Guruji. I can do good things with it. Just for once, I can break this rule. That night, under the cover of darkness, he took a bag and spade and slipped out of the ashram. The moon lit his path through the forest, but with each step, his mind felt heavier. He stopped. Wait. If someone asks me tomorrow where I went, I have to lie. And I promise my guru that I will never lie. He sat down beneath a tree, confused and ashamed. I haven't even touched the treasure, but I've already broken my guru's first teaching. This is enough to lose my path. He looked up at the stars and whispered, Forgive me, Guruji. He stood up and walked back to the ashram again. His heart was beating with honesty once again. The next morning, Kabir looked at him kindly and said nothing. Kabir simply knew that without words, the Guru had understood everything. From that day, Raghav never ever thought of straying again. That one night became a turning point of his spiritual journey. This story reminds us that a guru gives us not endless rules, but one clear truth, and when we followed it with sincerity, one truth becomes a light in every dark moment. Now I will be asking a few questions related to this story.
Can I answer?
Yeah, I'll read out the questions first. What was the name of the guru and his disciple in this story?
The
Virat.
name of the guru was Sant Kabir Das, and his main disciple was Raghav.
Yeah. The second question is, what did Raghav overhear that tempted him, and what quality of human mind does this imply here?
Can I answer, Virat?
No,
Okay,
no,
anybody
Virat.
else?
Somebody else, please.
All others, are you listening?
What did he overhear?
But can I say Sanisha?
Yes, I.
Amma, he overheard that there was a place where there was a lot of fortune in it. As a very wealthy merchant left it, uh, he thought this tempted him and made him think that so with this money, if I take the money, this could help me build an ashram and make my guru happy. This
Okay.
implies greediness.
Yes. So he overheard the travelers talking about the treasure in the forest, and he was overcome with greed. Now the third question is, how did Raghav struggle internally on his way to the treasure?
Can I answer?
Amma, this is
Virat?
Hasini.
Yes, Hasini.
So Raghav internally struggled as he thought that he was breaking his master's, like the promise he gave to his master, and he thought that to himself that he was not, like he was not a great disciple, and he thought that he disobeyed his, like his guru's words.
Yeah, so to put that up, he realized that taking the treasure would force him to lie, which would break his guru's first ever teaching. The fourth question is, what does Kabir's silence and smile at the end of the story represent?
May I be Vaishnavi?
Yes,
Yes.
Kabir's silence and smile at the end of the story represents that. The silence represents that it's good that he had learned he had made a mistake, and without going further, he had again come back to correct his mistake. And smile refers that the Guru has forgiven him.
Can I add something else?
Yes, Virat.
The most important quality is that Kabir's silence and smile symbolizes the fact that even though he was not physically present there, he was present there by spirit. He knew everything that happened by mind and by heart.
Very good.
The fifth question is, what is the central message of the story?
Can I answer?
Anybody else?
On to Hania,
Hania.
we should not tell lies to others and we should not break a promise.
Okay, anybody else also wants to add to this?
Can I?
Snigdha.
The central message of the story is we should not disrespect the Guru and we should not lie somebody. We need to always tell truth that if it is a big problem, like or small problem.
Very good. Virat, you want to add to this?
Yeah. The one of the most important points, in my opinion, is discipline and consistency. Even the mindset of trying to change oneself from a dharmic path to a dharmic path can simply can simply transist from a place of darkness into a spiritual transformation into light.
Thank you.
Okay, very good.
Thank you, Vaishnavi. Those are the questions, right? You have any more questions?
Yes, ma'am, that's it.
Oh,
Very
okay,
nice, Vaishnavi. You have chosen a very good story with a good moral, and you all answered very well. Now it is quiz time.
We'll have a quick quiz time, okay? So we'll start with, why do we celebrate Guru Purnima on this day?
Whose birthday?
Ma'am.
Yes, Snigdha.
In whose birthday is in Guru Purnima is Vedavyasa.
Okay, very good. So why? Okay, what was Veda Vyasa's original name before he became Veda Vyasa? What was his name? Does anybody know?
Vyad.
Krishna Dvaipayana.
Krishna
He became Veda Vyasa. Why he became named
Krishna
Veda Vyasa? Anyone knows that one?
Amma, can I say I'm Vedant?
Yes, Vedant.
Because he divided the Vedas into all the 4 parts as we know today.
Yes, he compiled the Vedas. Very good.
Very good. And so what epic did Veda Vyasa write?
A famous epic wrote by
Ma'am, Mahabharata.
Okay, very good.
Okay. So now I will call out, either a famous Shishya's name or a Guru's name, okay, from our Puranas and epics. And you will...
From modern time also.
You have to, if I name the Shishya, you should give the Guru's name. If I give the Guru's name, you should be able to give the Shishya's name, okay? You can just call out the answers, okay? You just can, whoever knows, but make sure that everybody answers, okay? Lord Krishna is the Shishya here. Who is his Guru? Lord Krishna's Guru. You have done this multiple times. Nobody?
Ma'am, is it Sandeepa Maharshi, ma'am?
Sandipani, right?
If Lord Krishna is Guru?
Huh? If Lord Krishna is Guru, Arjuna is the receiver.
Very good.
Ma'am, even Sun God also, no?
Arjuna's another Guru?
Huh?
Arjuna's another Guru?
Dronacharya.
Very good. Next, Lord Rama's Guru?
Vasishta.
Vasishta Mahamuni.
Vasishta, very good. And who was the Sishya of Lord Parashuram?
Karna.
And?
Amma, Bhishma.
Yes, very good. Bhishma, very good. Then Adi Shankaracharya's Guru.
Bodhikacharya.
No, Adi Shankaracharya's Guru.
Govind Pada.
Yes, Govinda Bhagavad Pada. Okay, and name the Shishyas of Adi Shankaracharya.
Bodhikacharya.
And anybody else?
Amma Hasini.
Yes, Hasini.
Padmapadacharya.
Very good. Padmapada. You remember anybody else?
Sureshwara.
Okay, you have to again go back and look at it. All the 4 you have to check and tell, okay? And okay, now Shishya of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa.
Swami Vivekananda.
Very good. Okay, tell me Lavakusha's Guru.
Vasishta, Valmiki.
Yes, Valmiki. Very good. And who's Guru of Chandragupta Maurya?
Chanakya.
Nanda.
Yeah.
No.
Chanakya is the one who taught him modern warfare and growth, as he saw a natural reader
From the modern times, who was the Guru? Who is the Guru of Sachin Tendulkar?
Amma, is it his father or no? I got confused.
You know the name?
No.
It's Ramakant Achrekar. Okay, so he quotes his name, and that's a very inspiring story as well. So these are, and not only, there are many more famous pairs of Guru and Shishya, and you also should strive to be one such disciplined Shishyas to your Guru. Okay.
Ma'am, you're also a Guru, ma'am.
Thank you. Yes. Okay, so that was our
senior
sessions, Guru Purnima special. Okay, done with the quiz. Now we will let in our juniors and we'll start the session. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah.
Oh, Mama.
Hari Om, Mama.
Hari Om.
Hari Om, Mama.
Ram Ram.
Hari Om, Mama.
Hari Om, Mama.
Hari Om.
Hari Om, Mama.
Hari Om.
Hari Om, Mama. Hari Om, Mama. Hari Om, Mama.
Hari Om, juniors wait, seniors, over to Lakshmi ma'am. We have Lakshmi, Pranavi, Shrihan, Samrita, Vinisha and Grahit have joined.
Okay. So we can start with the usual prayers, no?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So welcome juniors to the today's special Guru Purnima special. Okay. So let us start with the usual prayers. Vinisha can repeat after me.
Okay,
Vinisha,
Amma.
you can repeat after me.
Amma.
Om Vakratunda Mahakaya.
Om Vakratunda Mahakaya.
Suryakoti Samaprabha.
Suryakoti Samaprabha.
Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva.
Nirvigyam Kuru Me Deva.
Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada.
Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada.
Saraswati Namastubhyam.
Saraswati Namastubhyam.
Varade Kamarupini.
Varade Kamarupini.
Vidyarambam Karishyami.
Vidyarambam Karishyami.
Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada.
Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada.
Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu.
Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu.
Guru Devo Maheshwaraha.
Guru Devo Maheshwaraha.
Guru Sakshat Parabrahma.
Guru Sasha Parabrahma.
Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
Tasmai Shri Guru Me Namaha.
Gurave Namaha.
Guru Me Namaha.
Gurave Gurave.
Gurave Namaha.
Correct. Very good. Correct. Thank you, Vinisha. Over to Sudha ma'am.
Okay, now we will have Vishruta narrate a story for our junior children, Guru Purnima special. The story was previously, I think, taught by Hema ma'am to the senior children. So now they will listen to the story from Vishruta. Yes, Vishruta, over to you. Let me share the screen.
Hari Om everyone. Today I am going to narrate a story called How I Taught My Grandmother to Read. So this story is written by Sudha Murthy, who is a very famous Indian author. She has written many books for children. This story takes place in Karnataka. So in the olden times, the transport system was not very good. So everyone in the village only got the newspaper and magazines in the afternoon. People would wait eagerly for the bus that brings the newspapers for them. At that time, Triveni was a very popular writer. She used to write many novels, and one of them was called Kashi Yatre. Parts of the book would come in the magazine every time it arrived. The book was about a lady who wanted to go to Kashi to worship Lord Vishveshwara. Sudha's grandmother Kristaka never got the chance to go to school, so she could not read. Sudha would read the part of the book to her grandmother. Sudha's grandmother would keenly listen and concentrate on the story every time Sudha read it. Later in the evening, Sudha's grandmother would discuss the latest part with her friends. One day, Sudha had to go to the neighboring village for her cousin's wedding. When she came back, she saw that her grandmother was very sad. At night, after dinner, when Sudha was lying down on the terrace, she noticed her grandmother was not sleeping. Her grandmother called Sudha over as she wanted to tell her something. Sudha asked, "What is the matter, Grandma?" Her grandmother says that when she was young, she had lost her mother So there was no one to guide her. In those times, education and studies were not considered necessary for girls. So her grandmother could not read. Her grandmother thought that Sudha would come early and read for her. Sudha's grandmother tells Sudha that she has decided that she will learn the Kannada alphabets. She promised Sudha that she will work hard and would try to learn everything before Saraswati Puja on Dashera. She tells Sudha, if you are determined, you can overcome any obstacle because there is no age bar for learning. The next day onwards, Sudha teaches her grandmother everything she knows, and her grandmother shows a lot of interest and worked very hard. Finally, Saraswati Puja had arrived, and Sudha's grandmother could read properly by now. She suddenly touches Sudha's feet. Sudha gets shocked and asks her grandmother, Avva, why are you touching my feet? Her grandmother replies, I am touching the feet of my guru, not my granddaughter. Sudha then gives her grandmother a parcel. When her grandmother opens it, she sees that it is the full book of the Kashi Yatre series. Sudha's grandmother was overjoyed because now she can read by herself. Next is quiz time now. I'll ask questions and you will answer it. In which state was Sudha Murthy born?
Karnataka.
Vinisha is answered.
Okay, correct. Next question. What was the book Kashi Yatre about? Who wants to answer?
India.
Okay, it was about India. What was the book about? I mean, what did the book tell us? Anyone want to answer?
You can tell the answer, Vishruta.
Okay.
I think. Yeah.
So the book Kashi Yatre that Triveni had written was about a lady who was going to Kashi to worship Lord Vishweshwara. Next question. What do you call your grandmother?
All of you can tell one by one. Yes, Grahit, what do you call your grandmother?
Avva.
Ava, very good. Vedant, how do you call your grandmother?
Ammamma.
Ammamma, okay. Vinisha?
Mama.
Ammamma. Shrihan?
Nanamma.
Nanamma, okay. Samrita?
Party.
Party, okay. Pranavi and Anirudh?
Nanamma.
And Likita?
Ammamma.
Okay, Likita, I think you should have your fruit or whatever you're having later, not to be eaten in the class. Please put it away. Okay? Okay. Shall we go to the next question? Yes, Vishruta.
Why was grandmother unhappy when little Sudha went to the wedding for a week? Who wants to answer?
Vishruta, can I listen?
Who is this?
Samrita.
Yes, Samrita, answer.
Samrita, answer. Sit properly and answer, please.
Because she could not read properly.
Can you repeat the answer? You're not properly able to hear, Samrita.
Because she could not read properly.
She herself could not read. Anybody else wants to say, put it in a different way? Okay, Vishruta, can you explain it?
Okay, so Sudha's grandmother was unhappy because she could not read her book. So because Sudha went away, there was no one to explain and read the book to her. So she was missing out on the part. That's why she was unhappy.
Next.
Is there any age limit to learn and gain knowledge?
No.
Mama.
No.
Mama.
Does anyone want to explain why?
Likita, you want to say?
Ma'am, I want to say.
Yes, Shrihan.
I don't know, ma'am. I mean, so why did you say?
So there is no age limit to learn, right?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
So any age you can learn knowledge. You can gain knowledge at any age. Okay, Vishruta, you want to add to it?
They cannot. There's no age limit to learn because there's so many things to learn at the time. So time does not matter. So,
Okay. Next question.
did little Sudha's grandmother inspire you? What values did you learn from her?
What did you learn from the story? Also, you can say. What did you learn from this story? How did it inspire you? Did you all listen to the story properly? No one?
For study.
In its answer itself,
Yes.
you can say you can learn at any age.
No age limit for learning.
Yes, no age
Amma,
limit.
Anirudh.
Yes, Anirudh?
There is no age limit to study, Amma.
Okay. Also, what did her grandmother do? Because this time around, who was the guru and who was the Shishya here?
Amma,
So
may I
those
answer?
Grahit and Virginia.
Sudha is the guru and the grandmother is the
Yes, so it is not necessary that you should learn only from elders. If there are some good things that younger children also can teach, we can learn. Okay, so you also can become gurus. In fact, to people who do not have access to learning or knowledge around you, you can still teach illiterate people. You can still teach them, and anybody can be guru.
And also, you should
teaching my
respect
grandmother also.
you should respect your guru.
Okay, so those are the questions. Thank you, Vishruta. It was narrated very well. Hope you all enjoyed.
Very well narrated, Vishruta.
Thank you.
Well done. And very nicely you asked the questions also. Good job.
Thank you.
So we are celebrating Guru Purnima special today. Actually, Guru Purnima is on Thursday, 10th July. Because this Sunday comes before Guru Purnima, we are celebrating that. So you all should know the significance of Guru Purnima. You know why we celebrate Guru Purnima? Anyone can tell? Why do we celebrate Guru Purnima? Okay, do you all celebrate Teachers' Day in your school?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
What do you do on the day, Teachers' Day? What do you do?
We wish our teachers. Yes, ma'am.
Only wish your teacher. Huh?
Ma'am, can I see the answer? Ma'am, birthday. Amma, we thank our teachers.
Yes, you thank our teacher.
Even Teachers' Day card.
Okay. Same thing.
Amma, Manishri.
Yes, Manishri.
We should give gifts.
Gift also. Okay.
Ma'am, Rehan. We will give the cards to our teacher.
Card. Okay, you give card.
Pay your,
gift,
basically
everything.
express your gratitude,
Yes,
right?
gratitude and
Yes,
respect
ma'am.
your teacher. So in our Bharatiya tradition, in our Hindu culture, we celebrate this Guru Purnima to pay respect to teachers. Actually, to gurus. Guru actually means spiritual teacher. You know what is the difference between any teacher and spiritual teacher? Spiritual teacher teaches about God, about dharma, about moral values. So such great rishis are all there, spiritual teachers. So to pay respect and to gratitude to our spiritual teachers, this Guru Purnima is celebrated. Guru Purnima. Purnima means full moon day. On the Paurnami day of Ashada month, which this month in the Hindu calendar is Ashada month. On the Paurnami day of this, it is celebrated as Guru Purnima. Guru, the word means, Gu means darkness. Ru means removing. So who removes darkness? Who removes darkness? Guru removes darkness. That is why the name Guru comes. And then, you know whose birthday? This Guru Purnima, the Teacher's Day is birthday of Dr. Radhakrishnan. Like that, this Guru Purnima is birthday of Veda Vyasa. Veda Vyasa was a great rishi. His original name was Krishna Dvaipayana. Learn the name. Krishna Dvaipayana was the name of Veda Vyasa, original name. Then why he became Veda Vyasa? Vedas. Have you heard of Vedas? Any one of you? You know the word Veda? Who knows?
Lakshmi Pranavi and Anil are raising.
Okay, can you tell what are Vedas? Whatever you know, tell. Unmute and tell. No? Any name of one Veda you know? Okay. Vedas are our sacred books. Yes. For our Hindus, Vedas are sacred books which contains all spiritual knowledge. So those Vedas were very vast. So what Veda Vyasa did, just like you have your subjects in geography, history, English, maths, then only you are able to study, in school. Like that, he separated Vedas, divided them into 4 parts. They are called Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, and Atharvana Veda. These 4 Vedas, that Veda Vyasa divided them and compiled them. That is how he got the name Veda Vyasa. So hereafter you all should remember Guru Purnima is the birthday of Veda Vyasa, and Veda Vyasa was responsible for dividing Vedas into 4 parts. That is about Veda Vyasa. Then Guru, the original Guru of all the rishis, that was Lord Shiva. You know the name of that Guru? The Shiva in the form of Guru. You all know that sloka which Lakshmi Mami teaches you. Which sloka? You know this? Who is this in this figure? Who is this God? Who is this? Anyone knows?
Yes, Vedant.
Ma'am, Dakshina.
Dakshinamurti.
Shloka.
What is that sloka? Can you chant it?
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, I don't need to repeat it. I'll tell by my own.
Yeah, you tell by
yes.
Amma, I want to tell. Om Namo Bhagavate Dakshina Murte Namaha Mahyam Medam Prajya Swaha. Om Namo
Pragya Prajya Swaha. Okay. So
Ma'am,
this
3
Dakshinamurti.
3.
3 times.
Oh, 3 times. Okay. Okay, 3. Okay, now 1 time is enough time. We don't have. Okay. So Dakshinamurti is called Adi Guru. From him only other gurus learned. Then from that guru, that is called Guru Parampara. See here you see the Dakshinamurti. Below him that is Veda Vyasa. Below that, you know who is that? Anybody? Adi Shankaracharya. And below that, Pujya Swamiji, Dayananda Saraswati. Like that, each guru learns from his guru Parampara. Sishya learns, then Sishya becomes the guru, then his Sishya becomes the guru. Like that, knowledge is passed on through many gurus. Okay, that is about that. Then how Guru Purnima is celebrated? Usually, we do puja to our guru. Pada puja is done. Then there are many slokas, Guru Stotram, Totakashtakam, these are all chanted. And Dana Annadana in ashrams. Anybody wants to say something?
Amma Matru Puja.
And that is Matru Puja. This is Guru Puja. Puja done for Guru on the Guru Purnima. Okay? So Guru Purnima is whose birthday? Anyone remembers? Whose birthday? Say.
Unmute and say.
Guru Veda Vyasa.
Veda Vyasa. Very good. Who is Adi Guru?
Ma'am, Veda Vyasa.
Yes. Grahit?
Dakshinamurti.
Dakshinamurti. How many Vedas are there? How many parts?
4. Ma'am, 4.
Very good. So you all have grasped well. Very good. Now, Uma ma'am is going to teach you a bhajan on Guru. She will ask one by one. Uma, we can help you whom to sing.
Yes. Hari Om children. For the function of Guru Purnima, let us sing a small bhajan on Guru. Okay? Let us sing in a Madhyama Shruti. Lakshmi, Pranavi and Anirudh. Agachatu, Gayatu. Anuvadatu. Jaya Guru Omkara.
Jaya Guru.
Lakshmi, Pranavi.
Yes, Amma.
Lakshmi, Pranavi and Anirudh.
Yes, Amma.
Anuvadatu. Jaya Guru Omkara.
Jaya Guru Omkara.
Jaya Jaya.
Jaya Jaya.
Sadguru Omkara.
Sadguru Omkara.
Jaya Guru Omkara.
Jaya Guru Omkara.
Jaya Jaya.
Jaya Jaya.
Sadguru Omkara.
Sadguru Omkara.
Dhanyavadaha. Next, Junior Vedanta and Grahit Agachatu. Gayatu.
Agachatu, Amma.
Agachatu. Brahma Vishnu Sadashiva.
Brahma Vishnu Sadashiva.
Brahma Vishnu Sadashiva.
Brahma Vishnu Sadashiva.
Hara 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 Hara. Hara 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 Hara.
I think they're facing some internet problem. We can go to other next.
Next, Manushi and Akshobhyara. Manushi Agachatu.
Amma, I sing this at my school.
Okay.
Amma, I sing this at my school.
Okay. Hara 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 Hara. Come on. Gayatu. Sing a song, no?
Repeat. Okay. Grahit and Vedanta.
Hara 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 Hara. Oh, they are freezing. Okay. Okay. Manushi.
Now Grahit is back. Okay, Grahit and Vedant sing quick.
Hara 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 Hara. Mahadeva. Mahadeva. Dhanyavadaha. Next, Manushi. Manushi, Agachatu.
She's gone on mute. She's not visible, ma'am. We have Vinisha, Samrita, Likita, and all.
Okay, Samrita, Agachatu ma. Agachatu. Gayatu ma. Jaya Guru Omkara.
Jaya Guru Omkara.
Jaya Jaya.
Jaya Jaya.
Sadguru Omkara.
Sadguru Omkara.
Brahma Vishnu Sadashiva.
Brahma Vishnu Sadashiva.
Hara 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 Hara.
Hara 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 Hara.
Mahadeva.
Mahadeva.
Very good. Uttamam, Uttamam. Next, Vinisha. Agachatu, Vinisha. Agachatu. Jaya Guru Omkara.
Jaya Guru Omkara.
Jaya Jaya.
Jaya Jaya.
Sadguru Omkara.
Sadguru Omkara.
Jaya Guru Omkara.
Jaya Guru Omkara.
Jaya Jaya.
Jaya Jaya.
Sadguru Omkara.
Sadguru Omkara.
Dhanyavadaha. Next one.
Likita.
Likita Agachatu ma. Brahma Vishnu Sadashiva.
Brahma Vishnu Sadashiva.
Hara 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 Mahadeva.
Hara 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 Mahadeva.
Hara 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 Mahadeva.
Mahadeva.
Dhanyavadaha. Next one, Ishan. Ishan.
Yeah, Ishan is here. Will you sing Ishan?
Ishan.
Yes, ma'am.
Jaya Guru Omkara.
Jaya Guru Omkara.
Jaya Jaya.
Jaya Jaya.
Sadguru Omkara.
Sadguru Omkara.
Brahma Vishnu Sadashiva.
Brahma Vishnu Sadashiva.
Hara 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 Hara.
Hara 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 Hara.
Mahadeva.
Mahadeva.
Next who is?
You have Shrihan.
Shrihan. Agachitu.
Agachitu, Amma.
Jaya Guru Omkara.
Jaya Guru Omkara.
Jaya Jaya.
Jaya Jaya.
Sadguru Omkara.
Sadguru Omkara.
Brahma Vishnu Sadashiva.
Brahma Vishnu Sadashiva.
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 Hara 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 Hara.
Hara 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 Hara.
Mahadeva.
Mahadeva.
Dhanyavadaha.
Manushi has come back. Manushi, what to say?
Manushi Agachitu.
Agachatu, ma'am.
Agach. Jaya Guru Omkara.
Jaya Guru Omkara.
Jaya Jaya.
Jaya Jaya.
Sadguru Omkara.
Sadguru Omkara.
Very good, very good. Brahma Vishnu Sadashiva.
Brahma Vishnu Sadashiva.
Hara 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 Hara.
Hara 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 Hara.
Mahadeva.
Mahadeva.
Uttamam, uttamam.
We have Manushri's sister as special guest today.
Yes,
She's sitting with her hand folded.
She is clapping.
Very
She is
sweet.
clapping and all.
What is her name? What is her name, Manushri?
Vedashri.
Vedashri. And how old is she?
2 years, ma'am.
Oh, so cute.
She was also singing actually. She was also singing so
enjoying the
nicely.
song.
That's how you learn, right? She's learning from her sister. Very
Yes,
nice.
yes,
Next
definitely.
for me, you can
Who is the
teach
next one?
Shamaramam to any one student, I think. Still 1 minute is there.
And then Vinisha. Who is the next one? Is it
All
only?
are Singh, Uma.
All are Singh.
So
Okay.
Lakshmi Mami can teach that sloka to anybody, and we can closing prayers.
Dhanyavadaha.
One thing.
Closing prayers, no? Okay, thank you, children. So all of you have participated very well. We have celebrated Guru Purnima. You all must have understood the importance of Guru. Especially the last bhajan was very nice. All of you learn it. Okay? Mom will give it in the group. She will sing it for you and you all can learn. Okay? So let us close.
Sadashiva, you're teaching.
Sadashiva for the seniors.
Seniors,
For the, yeah. We will close the prayer. Closing prayer. Anything else? Yeah. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamasor Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Hari Om, Amma.
Hari
Hari
Om,
Om, Amma.
Hari Om.